Okay. 5 days told them discipline. So let's say you're playing a video game, right? And in that video game, you could tell your character, okay, I want you to do 100 pull-ups today, and I want you to do 100 pull-ups tomorrow, 100 pull-ups tomorrow, and you just keep doing it over and over again. And you just get him super fit. You get him just jacked, right? And you're like, oh, I'm gonna make him eat that food because that food gets his health points up, right? Like, why would I make him eat the shit food? It just doesn't make any sense. It's gonna make his points go down. And you're gonna make him work that job for this amount of hours, and it doesn't care how your character feels because you're not feeling it. The character's feeling it. So you just need that money, need those game points. So I want to tell you a way that at least I've tried, just personal experimentation, to help me feel like that for a certain amount of time. And it feels really good to be able to manufacture that workflow. And that is to wake up. I would combine this with the 10 seconds of like instantly running into a shower. Why the first 10 seconds of your day is so important. Just made a video on that. I would spend the next 5 days and I would move towards doing everything very quickly, right? There's going to be many. I'm going to go over all the specifics. All right, very many specifics because you're going to say, well, "What about this? What are you talking about?" You got to get up, right? And you got to go do something. You just do as much as possible. You see the goddamn clothes on the floor. You pick those clothes up. You put them in the fucking washing machine. You turn it on. You look over there. Oh crap! The dishes are busy. They're dirty. Go do those. And the thing is, it has to do with speed, right? It has to do with speed. So and you're gonna struggle. So day one, you're gonna struggle. All right, it might be because you're doing everything. There's gonna be some things in your to-do list that you haven't done for a long period of time, which you're gonna see right in front of you. You're gonna be like, okay, I see this. Now I see this. Okay, shit, I gotta make that call to that person that's really important. You gotta do that, right? And you just do it. You just keep just going, building that momentum, manufacturing that momentum. Day two, I mean, depending on what you do, what's in front of you, I mean, you might literally tear up because you're doing everything. Like, I don't think you understand what I'm saying. When you tear up, if that happens, and this is hard enough for you, for some people it might be. I mean, for me, it's like, holy fuck, I really had to do like all these things that I've been postponing for a long period of time. That's the mental shift, by the way, if you want to measure it and you want to put an event to it. So when you're doing it and you look at that thousandth thing you did without hesitation, right? You're doing this stuff without hesitation. It's all about speed, right? You're just like, this, okay, that. And you're like, fuck, fuck, fuck. Are you kidding me? I'm still doing this? I gotta do that thing? That's a mental shift. You keep going, okay? So, and you gotta do it with speed too. So it doesn't count if you do it slow. Day 3, 4, and 5, after you pass that mental shift, you're just solidifying it. And the reason you struggle so hard with a day 1 or 2, and the rest is easy, is because one of those things you're going to see is that thing that you've been putting off for 6 months, and it's just pushing past that mental procrastination barrier that is so cool and is so needed. The best analogy for those that I could think of is on a track. It's what you're doing here. The best analogy is you're sprinting the straights and you're jogging the corners. That's your break. Your break is the corners or the Indian run, right? Um, the Indian run is one like you're saying a line of let's say 6 people. I mean, or like 10 people. You fucking hope it's 10 people. If it's like 3 people, you're fucked because it's gonna be a rough day. It's gonna be a rough run. Say you have 10 people in a run. Okay, they're all in front of each other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10. The person in the back has to sprint to the front. And the person in the back now, after that person sprint, has to jump to the front. And they have to sprint to the front. They keep doing it like that. That's like this. Okay, because let's say you have to go and work on your laptop for an hour. You're like going like this, fast, fast. But as soon as you're off, you're like, okay, next thing. Okay. So I want you to remember a time you were very, very, very stressed out, right? When you just got out of a fight and your shirt's torn and you're bleeding, how hard was it to walk 30 minutes home mentally? Not hard at all. I bet it felt as easy as eating a Big Mac, right? When you just got into a car crash, but you were in this theoretical situation uninjured, maybe you flipped, maybe the windshield smashed, and you were just shocked. How easy was getting out and calling someone you know you needed to call for help? How easy was just everything you did the rest of your day, right? You may say, that's adrenaline, that's different. Yes, it is, I agree. But the feelings are the same. They are the best analogies to let you understand the feelings that you'll have for a prolonged period of time. Those are the analogies that you get them instantaneously, right? The feeling of like nothing's hard in respect to the chemical that was just released in your body. The adrenaline just got released. This is nothing. Okay. I can only think of two real analogies where this would happen that also are the same, but these won't resonate with people. Um, think of a time in life when you have just a veil of suffering. All right, just a permanent 24/7 veil. If you were like in prison, right, and you're 24/7 on the defense, okay? Imagine you work out despite that shitty locked up feeling, okay? You're gonna be a monster working out outside of that terrible environment because you did. If you're homeless, imagine being homeless on a fucking bench with Goodwill blankets and still waking up and doing calisthenics every morning. How much of a mental monster you would be after doing that. I'm keying that term, by the way, mental monster. But that would just be insane. If you're in a toxic relationship and you're a hobo sexual, okay? That's the term I'm using. Someone who sleeps at a person's house because you have nowhere to go, or you will be homeless and you live with someone you hate, someone who theoretically, let's say, hits you, okay? This is all happening to you right now. And you spend your free time because you're so fucking miserable building a side business, getting on sales calls every day, following up with people. So you, in months, because to make money only takes months of the correct action, have the finances to move out, even if it takes you months of ultimate suffering, you know. Now, I'm not saying you should stay in that situation, all right? That's terrible, all right? All those are terrible. The point is, when you are in these positions that are hard enough as is, and you understand, okay, this is the hardest thing I've ever been through. If I develop this good, rare habit, rare on the outside, in here, I can do it anywhere. And it's understanding that. So when you're in that position, inevitably in life, which you should be getting yourself in those positions, you then do the thing you know you need to do. And it is so much more important than that moment. Okay? And I call that life on easy mode after that. Okay? Oh my God, I don't want to be miserable 24/7. Then be a loser. And be okay being a loser, because if you have this mentality, you have a loser's mentality. If you think that way, it's only 5 days. It's like driving a car on a horizontal surface. You need to drive to get to 150 miles per hour. Once you get to 150 miles per hour, you can let off the gas and you can cruise comfortably at 75 miles per hour, half the speed before you were at fucking zero, okay? But now you did this super hard thing, but now you reached this, you can maintain this slightly lower speed, which is still super productive, and you don't feel stressed out. Okay? Life is about, this is the way I view life. Life is about tampering with small things you see. Like, man, you're like, man, I feel like shit every day, every morning. What if I try this? What if I try this diet? What if I try to go for a walk every day before I wake up? What if I skip breakfast? What if I meditate? What if I try cold showers? What if I eat more fruit? What if I eat less fruit? Okay, this didn't work. This didn't work. Got it. This didn't work. Oh, this seemed like it would work if I coupled it with this other thing. Oh, got it. That's it. That's life. All right. It's So many people are just like, well, this is the way I have to do things. No, just experiment a little bit. You'll figure out how to be a happy human being. So stop being lazy. All right. The only place that I see people getting hung up with this is priority in needle moving activities. Okay. Um, and the best way to combat this is planning your day the night before. Plan your most important activities. So you have those rocks, you have those very important activities. So what I mean is like you don't have to do like everything immediately. You're gonna get distracted, and you're gonna be like John C. Maxwell says, you're gonna be so productive being unproductive. All right, that's not what I'm trying to tell you to do here. So what I mean by this is you get up, right, and you do everything that you want to do. All right, but you need to do it with a small added layer of mental stress, small layer of mental stress extra, which is the differentiation between getting all those giant needle moving activities done and then doing everything else later if you have time, right? So let's say you here, let me put you in a situation. You woke up, okay, and your most important activity is you got to go on a run, okay. Okay, you wake up and your room is filled with trash and pizza boxes, but you sprint. You sprint through the trash to do that more important task. And if you get and you're consistently going top speed, keep moving. Once you get all those big tasks done, if you get to that smaller task before your most important tasks were done, then you get to it. All right, but you'll know in your heart of hearts you didn't get to it because you went all out on your day. Okay, so again, just you're waking up, you have your most important things. You're like, okay, got it. Gotta go do that thing. Okay, I gotta go clean those dishes. That I have to drain that sink. Okay, I gotta get those calls done. Got it. That's the most important thing, right? Got it. Cool. Go. Okay, shower. I gotta do my quick shower. Jumping in, jumping out. Clothes. Boom. Are those clothes over there not washed? Okay, they're in the wash. Got it. Those clothes are in the dryer. Gotta put those away. Okay, those ones have to be ironed. That might take a minute. I'll do that right after this. Okay, because that'll be in the same area. Just kind of going through that, right? You don't want to stress yourself out and overwhelm yourself, which is why you have the big things planned first. All right. And if you're like, oh no, I don't want to do all this little stuff, well, it's not that important. So just do the big stuff. All right, in between doing little stuff. So that's how you would get to being very, very productive after, because afterwards you've most likely done all those things that you've been postponing for 6 months, and you're like, wow, I did that. Oh my God, I've just had this momentum. The momentum is there, and you're just riding that momentum wave. It's a beautiful thing when you have momentum, right? It's what makes winners and losers. All right, is the momentum. I'm telling you, I've seen it. I have seen it. I've experienced it. Get that momentum however possible. This is the way to get momentum. Okay, that's my tips.